Hey, do you smell that? Ugh, what's that awful stench? It's like rotten eggs or a dead animal? What if I told you this nasty smell is actually a clever tactic used by a one-of-a-kind fungus to survive and reproduce? Say hello to the cage mushroom, a fungi mastermind that uses its gross scent to attract some surprising helpers. Today, we're gonna dig into the secrets of the cage mushroom's stinky charm and its amazing reproduction method. Ready to dive into the wild side of the fungi realm? Stick around as we uncover the intriguing life of this extraordinary organism. And hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing for more awesome content. Even though it's famous for its nasty smell, the cage fungus, known scientifically as Clathrus ruber, is more than just a smelly wonder. Also called the stinkhorn fungi, this cage mushroom is a saprobic dude that loves munching on dead and decaying wood. While chowing down, it breaks apart and digests cellulose, a complex carb that makes up for the structure of plant cell walls. This process is important because it helps release essential nutrients trapped in the wood. Our funky cage fungus friend plays a big role in something called nutrient cycling, which is super important for keeping forests and other ecosystems where it lives healthy and thriving. So these nutrients return to the soil, where plants and other critters can use them to grow and be awesome. The cage mushroom might be stinky, but it's super helpful as a decomposer in its ecosystem. You'll find these funky fungi in Europe, North America, North Africa, and even some parts of Asia. In the US, they're in Cali and in the southeast as well. These amazing mushrooms usually hang out in woodlands, garden, or places with lots of decaying stuff, like leaf piles or rotting wood. The best time to spot these captivating organisms is during the warm and rainy months, usually between late spring and early fall. That's when the environment is just right for the cage fungus to pop out its fascinating eggs. Want to up your chances of finding a cage fungus in the wild? Keep tabs on the weather. After rain or when it's been damp for a while, you're more likely to stumble upon these weird fungi. Here's a pro tip. Let your nose guide you. Remember, the cage fungus is famous for its gross smell, like rotten eggs or dead animals. If you sniff out this unmistakable stench, you're probably close to one of these intriguing fungi. Watching a cage mushroom come to life is seriously mind-blowing, and it all kicks off with a perfect environment. When it's warm, wet, and lots of wood nearby, the cage fungus starts making this cool egg thing. This weird brain-like structure pops up above the ground, and its first step is the cage mushroom's growth. As the egg gets bigger, it's covered by a white leathery membrane. This membrane, like a bodyguard, keeping the growing mushroom safe, while it stretches and gets ready for the big reveal. And then, when the time's right, something amazing happens. The egg cracks wide open. The protective membrane splits, and out comes this spongy lattice structure that grows and changes super fast, like literally just in a few hours. The once low-key egg now looks totally different, more like a basket made of rotting meat. So when that lattice structure shows up, that's when the infamous stink we talked about earlier kicks in. But why does the cage mushroom make such a gross smell? And how does this stench help the fungus stay alive and make more of itself? The gag-worthy smell comes from this nasty brown goo called gleba that coats the insides of the lattice. This gleba is super important for making the cage mushroom's terrible smell, which is actually part of its master plan to survive. Very sneaky. You might be wondering, why the heck would something smell so bad on purpose? And how does that help the cage fungus do its thing? Well, it's all about the clever lattice design. The open lattice shape is perfect for helping the stench spread with the wind. This makes sure the smell travels far and wide, bringing some unexpected visitors to the cage fungus' sneaky feast. So, who are these surprise guests, and why are they so into the cage mushroom's nasty smell? It's kinda weird, but flies just can't get enough of it. The rotting smell tells them that there's a tasty meal or an awesome spot to lay their eggs. Lured by the irresistible stench, flies buzz over to the cage mushroom, ready to chow down on whatever's causing the smell. When the flies get to the cage fungus, they find the gleba, that brown sticky slime, to be a total treat. They happily munch on the goo, moving through the lattice gaps that are just the right size for them to come and go. So, what's in it for the fungus? The cage mushroom has a sneaky plan for its winged buddies. While many mushrooms spread their spores by letting them fly off into the wind, the cage fungus gets the flies to do all the heavy lifting. As the flies munch on the gleba, they don't even realize they're eating millions of teeny tiny spores hidden in the slimy goop. Plus, the gleba sticks to the flies' feet, making sure the spores stay with them while they chow down. The cage fungus takes advantage of the flies' on-the-go lifestyle to spread its spores. When the flies finally take off, they bring the spores along for the ride, spreading them all over the place. This genius move helps the cage mushroom reproduce and keeps its species going strong. The cage fungus' clever trick and flies' clueless teamwork make for an awesome story of teamwork in nature. This amazing partnership shows just how complex and interconnected nature can be. After the cage fungus pulls off its spore-spreading mission with the help of its fly buddies, the lattice structure starts to fall apart. It might look like a sad ending, but it's actually a super important part of the fungus' life, as it means it's done its job reproducing and keeping its species going strong. But that's not just the end of the story. The cage fungus is crazy good at bouncing back, and when the environment is just right, it can make even more eggs, keeping its sneaky cycle going for future generations. Year after year, the cage mushroom returns, popping up new eggs and going through the amazing process of alluring flies, spreading spores, and tricking its surroundings. The never give up attitude and adaptability of this funky fungus are a true testament, awesomeness of the natural world.